Hey guys, welcome to Bow Hunting Soul. Okay, today I've got for review a Sanlida Hermit X8 ILF recurve. So I'm not the first guy to review this. I'm probably one of the last guys on YouTube to review this thing, but they did send me this bow. I'm gonna say in full disclosure here, I did not pay for this bow. They sent it for a review, YouTube review, that kind of thing. And that's what I'm gonna do. So this bow, ILF, what does ILF mean? Well, ILF means International Limb Fitment, right? So if you're new to the ILF world, like I am, it means that this limb pocket and the limb itself, the way it attaches, it's called an ILF attachment, right? International Limb Fitment, meaning that you can take ILF limbs from one manufacturer and put them on an ILF riser from another manufacturer and mix and match, right? Now, to me, when someone says ILF, the first thing I think of is ugly metal riser bows that are used for like competition archery, like Olympic, bear bow. I don't even know the terms, right? I have zero interest in any of that stuff, but they tout this as a hunting ILF bow. A riser, basically, right? So this is a 60-inch bow, okay? I'm gonna kind of back up here and kind of show you this. It's a 60-inch bow. It's a really good looking bow. The finish on it is like really nice. It's really smooth, right? The fit and finish on this seems to be, at least like the feel of it, you know what I mean? Seems to be just a notch above, let's say like a Black Hunter, right? Which I got one of those too, and I'm actually loving that bow. But this is my first ILF. Now, with the ILF, what is, what's the benefit of this? Well, the benefit is that you can mix and match limbs. You can get longer limbs, shorter limbs, again, from other manufacturers. You can get different style limbs, sorry. You know, this is a recurve, right? It's a normal, it's nothing aggressive. But again, I don't know a whole lot about the ILF world, but I do know that you can get some very, very expensive limbs, like all carbon limbs, that kind of stuff for competition. I believe you can even get longbow limbs for that, and you can get super curves, that kind of thing, right? So that's the beauty of an ILF rig. Now, unlike the metal riser ones, which usually have like a burger hole through here, where you can, install an elevated rest and like a side plunger and that kind of thing for tuning. This doesn't have that. However, it's got everything else that most ILF rigs do. One of them is the ability to change the tiller. Okay, these are your tiller bolts and your limb attachment bolts, basically. These kind of click in and then you just tighten these down. Sanlida says you can do a maximum of 4 turns out from full in, right? For safety. That means you can kind of change the angle of this limb as it sits at brace height, right, top to bottom, for tuning. You can also change the limb alignment, right? So for you guys, familiar with like compounds or whatnot, it's kind of the equivalent of being able to shim your cam left and right to be able to change that string track. And the way you do that is you got these 2 opposing set screws here, right? And they do provide, Allen keys and everything like that with this. And the idea is that, you loosen it up and you tighten one and it moves that pocket over, and, vice versa, right? Screw this way. And then when you got it where you want it, cinch them down, tighten them up, and it's there. So the way this came, actually, the tiller is even, I believe, on it. The tiller came, when I measured it here, I can't remember what the measurements were, but the tiller is even. And the string alignment, it's impossible to show you on this camera, but the string alignment look, dead center down the limb, down the riser. So, I mean, everything, I haven't touched anything with it. All I did was string it, right? What you get with this bow, first of all, this is like a $150 package, okay? It's a $150 bow, which is like amazing, right? I mean, you're not going to get bows much cheaper than that. Yes, you're going to get a Black Hunter, but as far as an ILF rig goes, you're not going to get something, like this. What comes in the package, I didn't do an unboxing, is obviously the riser and the limbs and the string. You get a finger, a glove, you get a faux gator string, wrist guard kind of thing. I don't use those, toss them away. You also do get a stringer with it. It's a nice stringer, very cool. The stringer actually has like a taut line hitches too, so you can adjust the length of the stringer, which I thought was kind of cool, being like a knot nerd, right? So this, it's beautiful. I put the scratch on here. It's banging around the back of my Jeep. I don't really baby a lot of stuff, but other than what you see, as far as everything else is a quality, right? Except for This string, I'm sorry, string is kind of garbage. It's got, I don't know if you can see it, but it's got way too, I've got this brace height that's like 7.5, and it's got way too many twists in it. For my liking, it's getting, you can't really tell, but it's, you know, too much. I don't know. I think I'm running about 7.5 brace height is what I've kind of asked around a few people, and they said they kind of end up about 7.5, somewhere around there. I don't think that I'd be able to take it to 8-inch. I know I couldn't take it to 8-inch if I wanted to. I'd probably need a little bit shorter string. I don't know if I'm going to get another string for this or not. I'm just going to shoot it as it is and see how it does. It does come with these, I don't know if they're beaver fur, otter fur, or whatever. They're the ones where you split the string, then you put it through, and then you kind of wrap it around, you split it again at the top, and then they just kind of stay there. They do the job, right? But it is kind of twangy still. Listen, sometimes my iPhone doesn't pick up the buzz, the residual like kind of buzz that goes on, but just listen. Okay, not the best, right? These do help, but again, that's one of the things with an ILF bow. They tend to be noisier, right? If you ever watch competition archery and stuff, like they sound like really loud. This is not that loud, okay? It's just the string isn't that great. Everything about it though, everything else about it is pretty nice, okay? It's pretty nice. It comes with a nice radius shelf. It comes with a little bit of a radius this way, okay, in the vertical plane, right? So there's very minimal like arrow contact where it is. The way the pistol grip is, it's really nice. It's less bulbous here than that Black Hunter was. And I'm not sure which video I'm gonna release first, but you'll see in that video that I did knock down this on the Black Hunter. I just don't like it too bulbous in my hand. But I mean, it's a nice pistol grip, right? And the way the arrow rests on it when it's on there, it's at the high point right above, you know, your pivot point kind of thing, right? So minimal contact. I'm gonna say right off the bat, I don't have a good arrow tune for this. I'm actually gonna be shooting these woodies here right now. They are 31-inch 55/60s, and they got 125 tip on there. These are ones I'm kind of testing with my Elkhart. This obviously is cut, I believe it's cut 2 center or just barely 2. So it's gonna have a wide range of tune. A lot of stuff on here is gonna be kind of weak for a lot of my stuff is tuned toward longbows, where I have a lot of riser to get around, right? So I tend to have arrows that are like too weak for some of these things, but we're gonna take a shot. I don't know how they're gonna fly. Also, the knock fit, because of the string, it seems like the serving is almost, I don't know, it's like 80 thou serving. Not really, but it's not. These are the only arrows that actually had the nocks that actually fit. They weren't like clink clink. You know, so it's not too bad. That is actually really good. Plus it's like worn in a little bit. I haven't done a ton of shooting with this thing yet, but you know how this kind of squishes in a little bit, you know, in here, the serving, and then it fits a little better. When I first got this bow, it was like click clink, and then the shots would just be like just going crazy, right? So we'll see what this does. I have not shot these arrows out of here. So anyway, so this is $150. I don't know if I mentioned that. It's a $150 package from Sanlida. Okay, they say $299 or $199 or whatever, but you know, they always got like the thing X'd out, like on sale. You know, it's $150, and it's always going to be 100. Well, at least as of this is like mid-March. I'm shooting this video, so it's $150, and you get all that stuff with it. And honestly, for what you get, I mean, it's really good. Now, full again disclosure, they said they have a an affiliate program, right? Where if I promote this bow, be part of that, put the link in there, all that stuff. I'm not going to do that. I barely have any seat time behind this bow. Okay, so I'm not going to sit here and put a link and say, oh, go get this bow. You know, it's wonderful, it's great, until I've actually shot it and have, you know, some experience with it, some long-term experience with it, and then maybe I might go down that road. But for now, I will leave a link below, but it's not going to be an affiliate link. If you want to go check this stuff, you know, this bow out, be my guest, right? You know, again, going back to the string, like just the finishing on it, you know, the way they terminate the threads or whatever on there. I always gotta check, see if someone's coming down the path here, because I'm shooting it at an outdoor range here. Usually there's nobody here. But anyway, so the string isn't all that great, like I said, but it is, I believe it is D97. The limbs, I believe, are maple core. Okay, just they're just 2 layers. Yeah, they're just like 2 layers basically. So nothing fancy, you know, normal recurve, 60-inch recurve. These are 40-pound limbs. They didn't have 45s. I think they do that on purpose. When they send these out, so they're easy to shoot for everybody. And so I'm probably pulling about 38 pounds on this bow. They didn't have heavier limbs, at least they were willing to send. But you know, limbs, fit and finish. I don't know. It's not bad. You know, but I mean, you can see that they're painted like on the edge over here. It's kind of flaking a little bit. I haven't had this very long. And I do not like this rainbow Sanlida thing. I mean, come on, really? It's not. And then they've got this kind of the shadow, you know, you can see like the writing on here stuff. It almost like, you know, when you peel a sticker off and you're left with the residual glue, you know, of the remnants of what was underneath it. It kind of looks like that. I kind of wish they just wouldn't have done that. And they just, you know, like, you can see that it's a Sanlida. They could have done that a different way. I don't know. I just think it just looks like you ripped off a sticker, you know, or something like that. But anyway, Sanlida Hermit X8. Again, lots of reviews out there. I don't have a chronograph. I believe you know, lots of people have shot this bow. I think it's a fast bow for what it is. I know Peter Yulesgaard, he does a lot of chrono testing, and I think he was getting, I don't know, on the 170s, I think, with a 10 grains per pound arrow. I think go check it out. But yeah, it's nice to shoot. It feels good. You know, I didn't mess with the tiller or anything like that. I didn't mess with the limb pocket alignment. So we're gonna take some shots here. Okay, there's really nothing else to say about this bow other than it's brand new. I'm gonna enjoy shooting it, you know, and see where we end up with it, you know, if it stays in the stable or not. Now, one of the benefits, I'm just gonna keep babbling here. One of the benefits of something like this is you're saying, well, what's the difference between this and like a $50 or a $70, whatever, cheaper black hunter, right? Well, with an ILF rig, you can get, again, you have more variety of limbs at your disposal, right? So if you want to pay like $1,000, I don't know what they are, but I mean, I know some limbs go, like all carbon limbs go all the way up to like $1,000 or more. I'm not sure, but if you want to go that route, okay, there's your route. If you want to go longer limbs, shorter limbs, longbow limbs, recurve or a super curve, you can do that, right? You can't do that with a black hunter. With a black hunter, you got to have black hunter limbs. With you know, a black widow, you got to have widow limbs. If you, I mean, you can change limbs, right? They're takedowns, but they're black widow limbs. Stalker limbs, right? Anything like that. They're kind of proprietary to the Boyer, to that company. With ILF, obviously international limb. You know, you have a wider choice, so you can have a set of, like, you know, easy, you know, 40 pounders. You can have, you know, if you want to go up to 50, 55, 60, whatever you want to do for something heavier, you could do that. You could have one bow, let's say, that works for, you could share amongst your family, right? I mean, if your kid or wife or whatever is going to take it out, and you know, you can have some lighter limbs on there for some reason, you know, or if they're learning or something like that, or you as you're learning, and then you decide to just try different things if you're into tinkering. So this has enough adjustment to keep the techie nerd happy, but it's also again, it doesn't have the elevated rests, which is fine. And again, it's a beautiful feel bow, and it's very mass heavy. This is probably the heaviest bow I have right now in the stable. That's partly due to the riser. It's a massive riser. I think it was 16 or 17 inches. I think is that 19 or no 19 or 17 or 19. I can't remember. I measured it once, but it's a pretty heavy riser, plus all the attachments and all that stuff makes it even heavier. But it's a very stable bow. I don't have a quiver on this bow yet, right? So I'm just going to be shooting off my archer or push back over here. So anyway, that's it. We're gonna set it up. We'll take some shots. All right, guys. So we're about, I don't know, 13, 15 yards, something like that. Let's see. I'll kind of do this. Forgot my tab in the truck, so I got my backup Fred Eichler tab here, which when I was trying to do split finger, you know, I kind of messed around with that a little bit, but it works good for 300 too. There we go. So the draw is really smooth. It's nice, and, you know, I mean, you can tell it kind of flew off a little weird. The draw is really smooth. It's kind of boing. I want to say boingy. It's kind of springy, but it's springy because I get that from a lot of like lighter poundage limbs. But I mean, you can also feel like, you know, I don't know if you can see the, let's do this. I don't know if you can see the limbs, right, as they're flexing. All right, so let's take some more shots here. Hang on, I'm gonna get rid of this earbud here. I had to actually take a work call in the middle of doing this, so we're back like 45 minutes later from the last scene over here. So in the meantime, I've actually been shooting, and these are very, very weak, and I'm getting like kind of erratic flight, but just gonna show you just the bow shooting, okay? All right, so I did lower the knock height a little bit on this one. I was getting kind of high flight. It's actually hitting to the left for me. These are very weak still. I just, again, I don't have good arrows tuned for this yet, but I figured I'd keep shooting anyway. Here we go. You can see kind of a bounce, weird flight, and they're hitting left. I'm actually aiming for that deer's vitals. It's toward the right, but I'm hitting like several inches left with this. See, those arrows are stacked on top of each other, but they're 3 inches left and like 3 inches high maybe. Okay, so that one actually hit where we're supposed to. I held off to the right a little bit. I feel like I'm having to compensate for it. Okay, so none of those are great. Let's go look at those real quick. Some of it's me shooting, of course. So originally, here, see this, I was aiming here, but these are the first two, okay? Then this was when I was aiming off over here, and I actually hit where I was supposed to. And then this one was kind of a screw up in between. So not the best. Again, I don't think it's indicative of the bow. Part of it's me, of course. And part of it is that these are wildly not tuned to this bow. Let's keep shooting here. So that's right in the vitals. That's good. But you can't really tell from that angle. But I mean, it's, you know. Yeah, kick sideways. Off to the left. All right, so one more time. I'm gonna take you down there. I won't take you off the tripod, but I mean, not terrible. This one's terrible, but these three, you know, but they all flew, and when they were flying through the air, they were all like this. They were kind of kicked, right? They were pretty weak. So, all right, I'm gonna set you up looking this way, do some more shots, and then we'll call it. All right, so this is like a head-on shot. just so you know, I'm not hiding anything. That last group was terrible. It was the size of a beach ball. But I don't feel I have to show you every single bad one I do. But suffice it to say that they're not like in a fist, okay? So, all right. We'll do some more here. This will be the last 4. So those, I did not fully expand. I was just kind of anchoring, you know, a little short, see if that made a difference. It does make a difference because it makes them fly straighter, right? So that is a good group, but that is not the group, let me tell you right now, that I've been averaging shooting with this bow right now. I've actually been averaging about yay big, okay? So, this is definitely an Insta group, a YouTube group, but understand that these arrows are not tuned. And a lot of it is me not shooting great as well, right? But that's not the fault of the bow. So far, I mean, I've only got maybe like 100, 150 shots through this bow. So far, I'm loving it. It's very smooth. Obviously, no stack because I only draw 27 inches, right? And you can probably see over here, I'm probably collapsing and I'm not even pulling 27 inches. I am having a bad few months here with target panic, short stroking it. So anyway, but that's an aside. So, you know, trying to fully evaluate a bow and saying, you know, whether it's, you know, shooting perfect or bullet holes or whatnot is would be kind of disingenuous, right? But as far as ease of shooting, it's a very easy bow to shoot. It's very stable in the hand. It holds well. The grip is great. I do wish that it had, you know, I don't like this little edge here. I kind of want a little more of a flattened, just the way the grip feels in my hand. I do wish that it was just a little less not pronounced, I don't even know how to say it, but knocked down just a little bit of an angle, just over here, okay? A little bit. That's just to fit me. Otherwise, it's a good bow. You know, it does have the twang after the shot a little bit. I have shot it with a quiver on. I don't have it on right now, and it did, you know, tame it a little bit. I don't think it's ever going to be quiet as a full-on longbow. I don't have any, you know, Velcro over here or anything like that, right? I could probably try some of that, or I can try a different string. You know, I'm sure a different string is gonna help matter. So anyway, I babbled long enough. So if you want to check this out, I will leave a link below. I will do a longer term review on this, you know, just kind of shoot it, see how I like it, see how I'm getting along with it. If I can, I'm gonna move out of the sun here, sorry. Move it, see how I like it. You know, am I gonna get a good arrow tune for it? Eventually I will, you know, but again, I'm concentrating on some of the other ones. So anyway, there you go. Sanlida Hermit X8 recurve, 60 inch, 40 pounds, 150 bucks to your door. Not a bad deal. Not a bad deal at all. So, all right. More to come on this. Let me know if you have one of these bows. Let me know how you like shooting them. All right. So thanks guys. Appreciate it. Please, if you like this, please like, share, and subscribe. It's getting your turkey season here. And yeah, I'm getting the itch to head back outdoors again. All right. Thanks guys.